Hello everybody, it's FFVII for another weekly update. A few things to talk about. First of all, this Wednesday is round 3 of the Much Games Hall of Fame voting. Round 2 ended yesterday. Unfortunately, all my games were knocked out. But continue voting if you have been so far. I'm very curious to see what game will get get to the top, because there are some good games still left in there, even though they're not mine. No, but seriously, there are a bunch of good games still there. So yeah, let's see that. Let's see that happen. So this past week was an interesting week. It was E3, which I will talk about later. It was a week that I was supposed to be okay, but I was sick. It was a week where I tried a new medicine, and that didn't actually have any bad effects on me. Yay! So yes, if you may have noticed, there were very few videos this past week. Just two Ni no Kuni videos that I had in stock, saved up. A Link to the Past that I had saved up, and Versus, which I had saved up. So if you remember, I think I talked about it last Sunday. I got sick last weekend, and it took me a good 5 days to get myself up to strength and things. My stomach can now tolerate food and stuff like that. So this week I will be recording. I will have stuff recorded in advance for next week, which is chemo. Also, before I forget, this coming weekend is Nintendo Project Mario Marathon. Um, you should be familiar with Nintendo Project by now. It's a charity thing. We're going to be streaming on Twitch. The link will be in the description for Nintendo Project. Personally, I'm going to be streaming Saturday night and Sunday. I'm going to be doing Super Mario Sunshine, a game that I have experience in, but not good experience. It's going to be fun. I'm not terrible at the game, but I also haven't played it in a long time, and maybe I should practice this week. But yes, I'm going to be doing that. Other people are going to be doing some other Mario games from across the Mario spectrum, so check it out. It's going to be good times. It's for charity. Be sure to come by, donate, things like that. We're also going to be having a bunch of mini marathons across the summer. In a few weeks, it's going to be a Zelda marathon, and so on and so forth. So be sure to check that out once again. Link in the description. So yes, I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to try to record Wonderful 101 and Ni no Kuni and everything else this week. It's going to be a busy week. Last week, one of the reasons why I didn't record also is because aside from E3, and I was kind of watching that the whole time. My brother just finished school, so he's been hanging out a lot here, and I know, been doing stuff with that. We bought a PS4 last week. He and I saved up a bunch of money, so it's actually behind my shoulder. You can't really see it. Nope, now it's behind the chair. Oh well. PS4. There we go. See, right there. So it's very fun. I bought the only physical games I have for it right now are Final Fantasy Type 0 and Lego Jurassic World. We also got Lego Batman 3 on the, I was about to say eShop on PSN, because it was like really on sale, and the PS4 actually came with like a little discount thing, so that was kind of cool. So I was able to get it for like $15. I also have a bunch of games saved up from PlayStation Plus. Free games, you can claim them every month and then just download them eventually. So I have games like Dust, I have Metal Gear Solid 5, whichever one, the Phantom Pain? No, that's the one coming out. The demo one that everyone complained about. So I have the Metal Gear Solid 5, I haven't tried that out. I tried out Dust, it's very good. I have Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is fantastic. Actually, last night I was playing, I got an 8-kill Vanquish streak with the Zombie Engineer. That was something else. I also have Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. I have that on that 360, but this is the Ultimate Edition, so we got all the DLC, and that was free too, so I was just like... let's see, and a bunch of other games that I haven't tried yet, but I don't know why people complain about Final Fantasy Type Zero. So far, I think it's amazing. I mean, the graphics are nice. The story was a little hard to follow, the part that I'm up to anyway. But I really like the fact that you have so many characters to mess around with, and they're all like have different stuff. I like the guy with the bow the most at the moment because you can do long range sniping and things. Um, I don't remember the names, but the names are all like Ace, Deuce, Trey, up to, there's 14 people, there's up to King, and then Machina and Rem. Um, so that's a cool game. Also, like, I just like the battle style, and I like um, the campaign of, like, taking over towns and things and organizing armies, and it's just fun. I like it. I like games where you can like also micromanage the characters with abilities and things. It's good stuff. But yeah, so also this past week I got in the mail Charizard amiibo. Take a look at that. It's actually really nice. Um, this is not the only Charizard I'm going to be getting. I got this from Tiger Direct, and then they canceled the Lucina that I bought from them. So to be sure that I would actually get a Charizard, I also ordered from uh, Play Asia, and those the Play Asia, I accidentally ordered two of them because their site was on the fritz when the pre-order started. So now I'm probably getting two more Charizards at some point eventually. Yay! So I'm probably gonna try to resell them or something. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get them modded. But yes, Charizard. I also have coming in the mail, I have a Robin amiibo from PlayAsia that should be arriving at some point. Also, the Ganondorf amiibo that I ordered from Amazon UK like 2 months ago finally shipped out. So that should get here within a month. So that should be cool. So maybe I'll get it like way before everyone else, who knows. So yes, the PS4 is fun. The DualShock 4 controller is amazing. I mean, I tried it out at the stores over the past, year. Every time I went to GameStop, I always like try it out. The L2 and R2 buttons are so much better here. They're so much more responsive. Just the grip is nice. I really like how they put like grip on the analog sticks and things like that. I keep like it throws me for a loop that there's no select button, but they replaced that with the touchpad, because the touchpad you can actually click in, and that's usually like the map button and things. So that's pretty cool. Also, the touchpad is pretty cool. It's nice to actually be able to use that as like a mouse when inputting information. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. As for my health stuff, this past week I tried, and like I said, I tried new medicine. That like I take over a few days, and I didn't seem to have any side effects from it, which is really nice. This coming week I'll be taking more. I was supposed to start a new thing this week, but the insurance company came in and is like, nah, we decided not to let you do that. I hate this insurance company. Like, in the past 2 months, they have rejected every single thing that my doctor has prescribed so far. It's been driving us all crazy. It's like, yeah, you can. No, wait, no, no, no. Oh, yeah, you can have that, but only one pill. But we asked for three. No, only one a day. So it's just so annoying. But yes, that's that. Also, my hair is still growing back in. It hasn't started falling out yet, which is nice. I got like growth in the top here and in the back. It's all. Yeah. So it's all very nice. Especially the eyebrows are getting darker now, so I can actually be expressive without looking weird. I also have like a beard growing in, so hopefully it'll stay that way, at least a little while longer. I don't have hopes that this is going to stay in because I'm still getting cancer treatment, and that's just the way things go. But maybe if I get like another month's worth, that I could just feel my fingers through my hair for just a little while longer, I'd be happy. It would tide me over for a little while. But yes, okay. Now to talk about E3. E3 was a very interesting thing. In my opinion, out of the Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony conferences, Sony was the best. Um, Microsoft had a really nice conference. I didn't like all the games that they I'm probably not going to get most of the games that they showed, but they were still really cool, and I'm sure that they're going to make people happy. Nintendo's conference, they showed a lot of nice games, but it was a weird thing and made people angry, and I'm not going to get into the whole argument saying that Nintendo is failing or dying or they had a horrible conference. I'm not here to argue that. Please stay out of the comments, John. I know we went through this. I acknowledge the fact that it was a bad conference, but that doesn't mean that the games are bad. We're going to leave it at that. Push that off the table. And we're going to just talk about the games. I actually have it written down here on my 3DS's little thing. So in the Microsoft conference, the games that stood out for me. First of all, they showed off the Microsoft HoloLens, which is their like virtual reality glasses with Minecraft, and that was just the coolest thing. It was like able to manipulate the thing, and you have to take a look. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. It's really hard to describe, but that was just amazing. And there's so many applications I can think of outside of video games for this technology. It's just gonna be awesome. They talked about Cuphead, Microsoft. Cuphead looks like it's going to be amazing. I wish I had an Xbox. Toby, why don't you buy one instead of PS4? Because PS4 is going to get stuff that I want more. But Cuphead looks amazing. I love like the old animation style, like the old cartoon style. And by old, I mean old cartoon style, like 30s and 40s type of thing. Maybe not 30s, but 40s style. Maybe 30s. I don't know. But it looks like it's going to be a fun game. It's an active game. It's, like, again, with the art style, it just looks fun. Every time I see it, it just gets better. Rare announced the Rareware Games, whatever, announced the Rare Collection, which is a $30 bundle of 30 classic Rare games. They got, like, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Nuts and Bolts, Viva Pinata, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, like, all the everything that Rare made. And it's $1 a game. So that's pretty awesome. That's coming out later this year. We also got a bit more of a look at Halo 5 Guardian Signs. Toby, it's Guardians. I know, it's a joke. Guardian Signs was a Pokemon Ranger game, and that's why I call it Halo 5 Guardian Signs. If you watch any of my videos, you know I make stupid jokes that are only funny to me. We also saw a game called Recore, where they killed a robotic dog and then put it into a larger robotic dog. I don't know why games enjoy killing dogs, but at least in Fallout 4, the dog can't be killed. Everyone celebrate! Celebrate good times! Sorry. Finally, they always kill the dog. Let's see. So yeah, that was that. During the Ubisoft conference, just as a side note, they announced a sequel to South Park: The Stick of Truth, so that's going to be great, because I loved Stick of Truth, and this one is The Fractured Butthole. Fractured Butthole, get it? It's a South Park joke. But yes, it's going to be fun. Stick of Truth was fantastic, and I know that they're just going to continue on with this. So yes, the Microsoft conference also just had a bunch of other nice games. I don't remember one, but one of them they were hunting down. I'm pretty sure that was did I say South Park? In the Microsoft conference, I'm pretty sure it was the Microsoft conference. There was a game where this person was hunting down robotic dinosaurs and things, and that was kind of cool. Horizon something. Beyond Horizon? I don't know. But yes, in the Sony conference, I'll get to the Sony conference last. You know why. That's a scary face. Okay, Nintendo digital event. It wasn't really a conference, was it? Nintendo's conference was a direct. It was a direct, and it wasn't an E3 thing, and I think that's why people got upset. Also because of the elephant in the room, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Calm down. Just calm down. I realize it's not the Metroid Prime game you wanted, but they were not going to sell it if they didn't tack something onto it, and they couldn't make it a Mario game, and they couldn't make it a Zelda game, and they couldn't make it an F-Zero game, so they had to make it a Metroid Prime game. You'll get your game when they have a system that can do it right. Again, stay out of the comments. Stay out. Stop. 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 They talked about Fire Emblem Fates, which is Fire Emblem If in Japan, but looks really nice. I love Fire Emblem Awakening. This looks like it's going to be along similar lines. You get to like affect the story even more in this one. Get to choose like a side at one point, and I just like Fire Emblem in general. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good times. They also talked about the Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem game, which for some reason gets so much hate. I understand why, because it's like it turned from a Shin Megami. People were expecting Shin Megami Tensei to equal dark, gritty, nasty. I guess like some of the other Shin Megami Tensei games, it really should be like Persona X Fire Emblem. Not because of the Persona mechanics, just because of the more lighthearted. It's because it's more lighthearted at points. I mean, this is like the main characters are pop idols or something, and the creator explained the reason why they did that was because pop idols are like descended from a Japanese art of like calling gods down, and that's why they're able to meld with the Fire Emblem characters who are like spirits or something like that. Anyway, it made sense. Go look it up. It makes sense. But people, like, I've seen so much disgust for it. It's not just like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna play. It's like, oh god, that's terrible. It doesn't look terrible. It looks fantastic. It looks like it's a fun like Atlas fighting style with Fire Emblem characters and things and stuff. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try it. Also a new game that was announced, Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Finally, it looks like it's actually gonna be good. I didn't get through Dream Team because I fell asleep. I just got it dragged on, and I mean, after the first Mario & Luigi game, honestly, I lost hope in the series. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga was one of the perfect games for me, which is why it was the first game I Let's Played. Mario & Luigi Partners in Time was good. It was fun, but the dungeons took forever, and it drives me crazy. I can't play it now because of the anticipation that the dungeons are just going to take forever. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story I didn't buy for like 5 years just because I was so turned off from the previous game. And then I played it, and it was good. It's fun. It's got good stuff, but they introduced mechanics that drove me out of my mind also. Although playing as Bowser is really fun. And then Dream Team, again, like, there's just mechanics in there that are annoying. Like, you can miss out on like combo attacks and things because you have to collect all these puzzle pieces, and they had that in the other game too, and I just don't like that. I don't think that belongs in the RPG. I like it more when it's just procedurally, okay, you're up to here, here's new power, try it out, whatever. But these powers, like, don't actually affect the story, but if you don't get it, then you're gonna lose at all the bosses and things. This looks like it's gonna be fun, hopefully. It is a combination of Mario Luigi and Paper Mario. There's a combination, the enemies, the characters are Mario and Luigi from the Mario and Luigi series and Paper Mario helping out in the battles, which looks really cool. The enemies are a combination of Paper Mario enemies, the paper enemies, and the Mario and Luigi enemies. And from the gameplay I saw, it looks like it's like a perfect combination. And it's a Paper Mario game with RPG elements back into it. When's the last time we had that, right? Paper Mario gets experience. I was very happy to see this, though. Also, Mario Maker was dubbed Super Mario Maker, and they showed it off a lot, and it just looks so awesome. It looks so good, and I know that it's going to be amazing. And I know that the Sephiroth is going to have a hell of a time with people sending us in boards. Oh god, it's going to be fantastic. So that's going to be good. Also, they showed off a new Legend of Zelda game, Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, I think, which looks nice. It's a three-player co-op game. And you can also play it by yourself, but not with two players, which is annoying. But yeah, you just cooperate to beat puzzles and challenges and stuff, and it's got online multiplayer, which is also nice. And it just looks like, again, it's going to be a good game, and I was surprised to see that. Also, they announced Hyrule Warriors 3DS, which was leaked last week. But there's the official announcement for it. It's going to come out sometime next year, so I look forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. I don't know why people were hating on that. But yeah, we also saw a lot more of Yoshi's Woolly World, which I'm really excited for, even though we're not getting it. Like, none of these games we're getting in the next few months. I really thought Nintendo is usually good with their directs, saying, okay, so you're having all these games off in the future, but to tide you over, here's a game coming out, right after the thing, or here's a demo, or here's something coming out at the end of June or July. But like the next game we're getting is September, I think. So it's kind of sad that we're just going to have summer's empty. And why would they not have that at E3, but like make a direct, a month later? I don't know. But we also saw more of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is coming out on my birthday, December 4th, 2015. So that should be cool. Now to talk about the Sony conference. Sony and combined with Square Enix, I'm going to combine the two. Square Enix's conference was weird. It was weird. There was a lot of games I couldn't care less about, but they did talk a little bit about Kingdom Hearts 3, which looks amazing. It's going to be a Tangled game? No. Not yet. Tangled. A Tangled World. I never watched it. But yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 3, a remake for Nier that's being produced. Oh yeah, being produced by or being developed by Platinum Games, which looks really cool. Platinum is also the one developing Star Fox Zero, the Star Fox Wii U game, which is coming out at some point this year. So Platinum is like really getting high up in the esteem of everybody. Like, I don't know, they all of a sudden they're getting like so many jobs. They were also developing another game I can't remember, but they had like 4 games at E3 this year. And Nintendo like trusted them with, Nintendo funded the Bayonetta 2 game. Nintendo gave them Wonderful 101, and now they're giving them Star Fox, and the Nier people are giving them the game. So it's like Platinum is like super strong at this point. I'm really happy to see that. I think Platinum is a terrific game developer. But yeah, so we got the Nier remake coming. Not remake. Sequel thing. They talked about a game from Media Molecule, who did the Little Big Planet series, Dreams, which looks really nice. You make things and then interact with it. It looks like it's going to be a really fun, creative game, and I think Media Molecule is one of the great companies. Also, everything they do, I really enjoy. So they made Tearaway also, and I love Tearaway so much. There's a PS4 version coming out, Tearaway Unfolded, which is essentially the same game without the Vita's touch controls, I'm pretty sure. They also started off the conference. Sony started off the conference talking about The Last Guardian. That was a good move. And we actually got gameplay for it. So the puppy chicken thing was an interesting creature. But we're actually getting The Last Guardian. I think it's still coming out next year. But it exists, and that made people happy. So it's good to see. Also, they talked about No Man's Sky, and we also got a gameplay demo for that too. And No Man's Sky is just going to be the best thing. I cannot wait for that game. That's why I have the PS4 right now. I know it's not coming out till sometime this year, but No Man's Sky is the reason why I am buying the PS4. Kingdom Hearts I could probably get on the Xbox One because it's coming out there all the Final Fantasy 15 I could get. They didn't talk about Final Fantasy 15 at all, which made me upset. But No Man's Sky is why I have the PS4, and it's going to be fantastic. They also announced it for PC, but I'm playing it on the PS4. And finally, to end off my talk about E3, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake. When I saw that trailer, I went bananas. Absolutely bananas. And since then, people went, oh, wow, I can't wait to see X in HD. I can't see Y in HD. Oh boy, the cross-dressing and the Honeybee Manor and all this and that, and sit down and drink your goddamn tea in HD. Let's get it straight here, first of all, everybody. Remake does not mean remaster. We had Final Fantasy X Remaster, where they took the exact same game and upgraded the graphics. You can't do that to Final Fantasy VII. The closest we're going to get is the stupid ports on the PC and the one that's coming to PS4, where they upgraded the character models and gave it the worst music and took out the localization errors. I don't like that version. This is a remake. This is going to be Final Fantasy VII, but they're going to be changing it. And I'm okay with this. This is coming from the person that said for the past almost 20 years now, I don't want to see a Final Fantasy VII remake. Now, I think that this is going to be a good thing, because they brought back all the original producers for it, and the fact is that they are coming out right away and saying, okay, there's things that we're going to be changing, and it's not going to be the exact same thing, and I can understand that. Coming into HD, they're not going to be able to keep the top-down perspective that the game has, because that's not how video games are these days. You can't have an HD game as top-down, really, especially with how the Final Fantasies have been since they moved on to the PS2. 10 isn't top-down, 11 was an MMO, 12 isn't top-down, 13 wasn't top-down, 14 again is an MMO, and 15 is not top-down either. Type 0 isn't top-down. They're going to have to change the perspective of the game, which means that they're not just going to be able to upgrade it to HD, especially since it's all pre-rendered backgrounds and character models and everything. They're going to have to completely build the game from scratch. That being said, they're also going to be probably revising some of the story elements or mini games or things like that were not well received or whatever. And I'm going to be treating this like it's a separate game. I'm hoping that what they're going to be doing, one of the things I'm hoping that they're going to be doing, is we never got Crisis Core off of the PSP. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core never came to the PlayStation Network, which makes absolutely no sense. It never got a remake like Type 0 did. Type 0 started off as a PSP game, and then the HD version came to PS4. It didn't come to the Vita. But we never got Crisis Core, and I'm hoping what they're going to be doing is making the Final Fantasy remake a combination of Final Fantasy VII and Crisis Core, because the two stories go together. Crisis Core already has a lot of the HD-able cutscenes and better graphics that I think that they're going to base the new game on. Obviously, it was a PSP, so the graphics aren't perfect, but those graphics can be upgraded to HD a lot easier than Final Fantasy VII, which has to be remade. So they're probably going to be using the character models from Crisis Core and working up, and I'm hoping that they don't just borrow the assets, but they also take story elements, because it's all one giant story. And a lot of people are saying, well, maybe they're going to let Aeris live if you get something right. I doubt it. I highly doubt that there's going to be an option to let that girl live, because her death fuels the entire story afterward. Otherwise, Cloud would have just been like, I don't know. I don't think there would have been a reason to kill Sephiroth. And also the Deus Ex Machina that happens at the very end of the game after you beat him probably wouldn't happen either. because Eris. Okay, spoilers. If you haven't played a game that's 18 years old, Eris is summoning Holy to stop Meteor. Now, Holy is blocked by Sephiroth at the end of the game, which is why you have to kill him. And that's probably why Holy is late in stopping Meteor in the first place. But I don't think that Holy would have been able to stop Meteor even if he did get it on time, and you would still need the life stream to save everything. But if Eris was still alive, you wouldn't have had the life stream because then she wouldn't have been controlling it. So everyone would have died if Eris lived. Maybe they'll find a way, but I don't know. It's also very possible that in the remake they're going to make references to Final Fantasy X because it's already been confirmed by the producer that Final Fantasy X and 7 are connected. I mean, if you go to Final Fantasy X-2, there's a character named Shinra, and they say that Shinra eventually goes off planet and starts the Shinra Electric Company on another planet, and that eventually grows into the Shinra that we have in our game. So there's a possibility that they're going to change it around to make references to, old Grandpappy Shinra or something. I don't know. But I know that they're going to be changing things, and there's going to be story elements that are going to be revised. Probably mini games that are either taken out or changed. People in Japan are going to get the super weapons, but maybe they got that in subsequent versions. I don't know. The Ruby weapon and Emerald weapon, I think, were only in the American version originally. I don't know if they added that later in the PlayStation Network store to Japan, but there are probably going to be other super bosses that they're going to add. I can see that happening. They did that for Final Fantasy X, I think. Did they? I don't know. I don't remember. I played Final Fantasy X HD a while ago at this point, but I think that they're going to do a good job. And this is coming, like I said, this is coming from somebody that really was against a remake. But yeah, just remember, remake does not equal remaster. It is going to be a different game. I am going to be Let's Playing it. I am definitely going to be Let's Playing it. But it's not going to be the same Final Fantasy VII that we grew up with. But I'm very sure that it is going to be a good game. But we'll have to see. It's going to be a while. It's not going to be... I'm predicting it's going to be out in 2 years. 2017, because 2017 is the 20th anniversary of the release of Final Fantasy VII. So I think that they're going to push it off till the 20th anniversary. So we're not going to see it for a while. I'm hoping that we do see information as the information comes out. But yes, this has been a really long video, and I'm sorry. But I was talking about Final Fantasy VII, so I don't apologize. I take the apology back. This has been Final Fantasy VII with Sephiroth 1204. Also, I talked about other things. It's been the weekly update. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.